Hey guys, so for the Xenogears collaboration, I decided to do some ticket polls for Grahf, and I ended up getting him. So we're going to take him real quick to the Stroper trial to just give him a try to see how he does. Now, this trial took a double Titus team, 6 turns to clear. We're going to see how long it takes a single Grahf to clear. So Grahf, all the Xenogears units, they are a little bit weird in that their base form is pretty useless, just to be completely honest here. Like it can chain and all, but it's let's just be honest, the base form is pretty much useless. But when they shift into their gear form, they get tons of attack power. As you see, mine in Killer Gear has 9,700 attack power. He actually goes over 10k with like an Epine build or whatever. But they can't use any weapons, they can't use any helmets, they can't use any armor. They are just a gear fighting unarmed. So he is using some Tifa accessories, and we're using Stone Killer because we're going against a stone boss, the Chain Cat boost. We've got his own card, which is the card where Faye and Ellie are caught in the ocean from the shipwreck. 275 Stone Killer. And yeah, we're going to try to do the Stroper trial. Now, this was going to be an all-mission trial that did, 10 turns or less and 5 units or less, but somehow Chu-chu snuck her way onto the team. Can't get rid of her. So, whatever, we're going to have to deal with it. We're taking a Roka friend to help out with Earth Amplify and cooldowns. We're taking Aerith for just stat buffing and tag chaining. Hawkeye as our breaker, and then Aphmau for covering. Let's give it a go. See how long it takes us to get a Stroper clear with a single Grahf DPS. Alright, so turn 1, we're going to do setup. Grahf has these skills that imbue him, but they also give long duration modifier boost. So we're just going to go ahead and do them for the modifier boost, but we don't actually want the imbues. So, real quick, let me turn the volume down a tiny amount. I think I turned it up more earlier. Anyway, we don't want those imbues on him, so we're going to go ahead and just dispel Grahf. That removes the imbues, but it keeps his modifier boost up. Now we're going to just use Aerith for a stat buff. We're going to use Aphmau to imperil Earth. We're going to use Roka to, which one of these? Yeah. We're going to do a Stone Killer buff. We're going to do an Earth Amplify, and we're going to do a cooldown reduction with Quicken on Grahf, because Grahf's primary DPS is his cooldowns in his gear form. It's only usable once per 3 turns, but by using Roka's time magic, we can reduce those cooldowns and use them more often. And Chu-chu will go ahead and punch the boss because she is definitely contributing to this clear. Alright. Now let's go ahead and shift Grahf in his shift form, his gear form. Now his gear form is similar to Regina, where he does lots of modifier boost and then a big finisher. We're gonna use Aerith to tag chain to cap that finisher. First, we're gonna use Hawkeye to break the boss's defense, and that should be good. Yep. Okay, so we're gonna send Grahf, and then right after he does one of his modifier boost, we're going to send Aerith. So Grahf, and then Aerith. And Grahf does some large amounts of damage. We're going to go ahead and use Roka to quicken Grahf again to reduce that cooldown so we can keep on going with his nuke, is what I should say, his cooldown skill. We're going to cover whatever, and Chu-chu will use her LB because, boom, it's Chu-chu. Let's go. Alright. Some attacks. She's going to paralyze our chainer. Doesn't matter. We're going to go ahead and counter Lakshmi Synergy to get that taken care of. Let's go ahead and use Roka to use her SLB to power up Grahf even further. And then we will go ahead and chain again. So Grahf, and then tag chainer. Well, there is a 3-turn clear on Stroper with with just Grahf as our DPS. Yes, even though he has no weapons, no armor, no helmet, his gear form is kind of strong. Kind of strong. And the cool thing is, his finisher is a 3-hit move, so it actually breaks the damage cap in like Dark Vision. You know how like Sephiroth, Auron, Tyvis, etc. They're all capped by 99999 damage in a single hit. Well, his finisher is a 3-hit skill, so it's actually capped at 30 billion damage effectively. And yeah, there was the clear. And then Chu-chu is, of course, leveling up with her LB as she gets, more powerful the more you take her to fights. And there we go. And I'll show you just, my Grahf is only EX1, so he's not quite as good. But here's like the Epine build with 10,000 attack power. 10,000 attack power. Yeah, once I get EX2 eventually from like the Shard dungeon, he will get a whole lot more stronger. At EX3, he gets even more flat attack. But I'm definitely not going for EX3. But I'm considering, because I got that Grahf from tickets, I'm considering going to his step up and trying for EX3. And here's his LB, by the way. Well, that's the base form LB. Here we go. We'll show the Brave Shift LB. The Brave Shift LB is actually pretty cool. There it is. It's when he meets Faye in the Dazzle Desert. Pretty cool. Anyway, I'm considering doing his step up to get his EX2, but for now, I did get. I think I might just like accept that Grahf is good enough at EX1 for me and save my resources. I got pretty lucky pulling for him with tickets. Anyway, there was the clear on Stroper. See you next time.